and welcome to the 2025 Shepherd of the Hills Public Information Video. My name is Sam Blecha. I'm the Park Superintendent here at Shepherd of the Hills, and I'm here to provide an update as to what's been happening in the park over the past year. Now, I'm aware some of you may not be familiar with Shepherd of the Hills State Park, as it is one of the newest parks here in Missouri. Established in 2016, utilizing natural resource damage relief funds, the park is located in western Taney County and is 1,011 acres. Within the park, you can find a wealth of natural resources. These include things such as dolomite glades, oak woodlands, savannas, and about 2 miles of Roar Creek runs through the western and southern part of the park. It's actually this shared boundary with Roar Creek that was one of the driving forces behind the procurement of this property, as it will allow us not only to restore, but also ultimately protect the watershed that feeds into the creek. In addition to the natural resources found throughout the park, there is also an abundance of cultural resources, highlighted by the Garber Schoolhouse, which you can see behind me here. This one-room schoolhouse served the historic township of Garber, Missouri through the early part of the 1900s. And this, along with the historic remnants of the people who worked and lived on this property prior to its induction into the Missouri State Park system, will be excellent interpretive activities throughout the park upon opening. Now in 2024, we took a couple big steps forward towards that ultimate goal. Taylor Steinfeld, our park ecologist, and myself joined the team back in January. This changed the status of the park from a satellite facility to a fully staffed park. This transition has also allowed us to start work on several of the projects slated in Phase 1 of the conceptual development plan. One of the most notable of these projects, and probably the most noticeable for those who have come to the park before for previous events, is the removal of 2 structures that used to sit near the entrance of the park. The house and the well house were 2 of several buildings found throughout the property that have been slated for demolition due to their poor condition. We anticipate the continuation of this demolition process through the latter part of 2025. Now, it's unfortunate we can't save all the buildings, but those that we can, we are in the process of renovating. And the main focus this year has been on the building that will eventually serve as our office complex. Once used as a horse barn, we are in the process of transforming this building into not only our park office, but also our shop and a bunkhouse for seasonal employees. A huge thanks goes out to our statewide and regional state park construction crews, as with their involvement this year, we saw the initiation of the interior renovations as well as the installation of the park's new septic system. Upon completion, this building will serve as kind of the main hub for the park. Now, though a lot of our demolition and renovation work has started in the southern part of the park, it doesn't mean that we've neglected the remainder of the park. Taylor Steinfeld and his crew of seasonal naturalists have been working really hard throughout the remainder of the park on natural resource management and research projects. A lot of their focus this year was done on fire line construction as well as glade restoration. All told, the team cleared and constructed over 5 miles of fire line. This encompassed about 177 acres of burn units. Now, we did have several burns slated to happen during this past burn season. Unfortunately, Mother Nature didn't quite cooperate the way we wanted it to. And so, unfortunately, we were only able to complete one of our burns, and that was on the Southwest Glade unit, which is a 19-acre unit composed of oak cedar woodlands as well as dolomite glades. Now, though it is unfortunate to not get as many burns as we had liked, it was nice because we could transition our focus more towards the glade restoration. And Southwest Glade was a perfect option for that transition, as after the burn, we were able to almost double the size of the glade found within this unit. Taylor and his team pushed back almost 3 acres of encroaching cedar trees to expose some of the historic glade complex that had been taken over. The team also worked on several research projects throughout the park. These included projects such as a dendrochronology study, in which they are aging several of the older trees throughout the park, plant collections for the park herbarium. This will serve as a catalog for all the native plants that are found throughout the property. Multiple invertebrate studies were done, as well as the continuation of long-term monitoring projects on our glade restoration projects. Now, as we moved out of our winter stewardship season, our focus shifted more towards some of the recreational activities that will be available in the park upon opening. The primary one was the initial trail system for the park. This will be about a 3.5-mile trail that will give access not only to the natural and cultural resources found throughout the park, but will also be the main access point for the Garber Schoolhouse, as well as an overlook that will give excellent views of the surrounding Ozark Mountains. Now, we anticipate the continuation of projects started both in 2024 and 2025 over this next year. But we also plan to begin the consultation process, planning, and eventual work on several of the larger projects slated for Phase 1 of the conceptual development plan. Though the park does remain closed to the public, we are working diligently on the development to ensure that upon opening, the guests can experience not only the wealth of natural and cultural resources throughout the park, but also have excellent recreation activities to experience the unique beauty that is Shepherd of the Hills State Park. I would like to thank you for watching the 2025 Shepherd of the Hills public information video. Please feel free to share the link with your family and friends. We really do appreciate the feedback. Commenting will be open for 30 days on both YouTube and mostateparks.com. If you have any questions, contact information has been provided for your convenience. If you're watching on YouTube, the information can be found in the video description below. And if you're watching at mostateparks.com, the information can be found at the bottom of the page. It is thanks to the citizens of Missouri that our state parks and historic sites are supported by 1/2 of 1/10 of 1% of the park's soils and water sales tax. This sales tax allows for free access to all 93 of Missouri's state parks and historic sites. So remember, you're always welcome in Missouri State Parks.